It is a regional business development. The Delta State government has officially commenced preparations for the Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026, scheduled for August 3rd to 5th at the Event Center in Asaba. Convened under the theme, Harnessing Our Strengths, Unlocking Our Potentials, the three-day event seeks to leverage Delta's rebased 14.5 trillion naira economy, one of the top 5 state economies in Nigeria, to attract domestic and global capital state officials, working alongside technical partners including the African Development Bank and the World Bank after positioning the state's massive 40% share of national natural gas reserves, 163 kilometers of coastline, and 4 commercial seaports to unlock strategic deals across agriculture, ICT, blue economy, and infrastructure. Well, to let you know how the government is preparing, let's listen to His Excellency Governor Sheriff Oboriwori on the summit.
Hello, my name is Sheriff Oboriwori, the Governor of Delta State. I have the pleasure to invite you to Delta State Economic and Investment Summit 2026, taking place in Asaba from August 3rd to 5th, 2026. Over 40 prospective investors from Brazil and China, policymakers, business leaders, and international development partners are expected at this summit. It is an opportunity to connect your business ideas with capital, foster strategic partnerships, and take your business to a new level of growth and expansion. This government believes strongly in the economic development model that is led by the private sector. Hence, we have put in place investor-friendly policies that encourage private investors, support business growth, and foster massive industrialization of our state, with Dr. Ngozi Okojo-Iweala, GCON, as keynote speaker, and Professor Patrick Lulumba as guest speaker. The summit promises to be an exciting and rewarding time for all participants. So, join us and be part of shaping the next chapter of Delta State's economic transformation. Thank you and God bless.
Well, that's Governor Sheriff Oboriwori. And by extension, what the organizers aim to achieve is to transition from traditional policy talk shops to binding deal-ready pitch sessions, connecting sovereign wealth funds, development finance institutions, and private equity firms directly with vetted local projects. Despite the state's vast resources and a youth population exceeding 60%, economic planners acknowledged significant operational hurdles, including deep-seated infrastructure deficit, youth unemployment, and historic maritime security concerns that have previously slowed non-oil investment states' executive it has slowed the non-oil investment so far. Whereas the state executives maintain that offering concrete tax incentives, streamlined land titling, and enhanced security corridors will reassure investors and also catalyze sustainable long-term employment across the Niger Delta region. This is not just about a Delta state, because it's going to cut across all the 9 states of the Niger Delta, and as a matter of fact, Nigeria. What this stands to gain for everybody, of course, job creation, business support, and opportunities. You're going to meet, businesses are going to meet with who is who, investors. It's just a common ground and support for businesses in Delta State and in Niger Delta and Nigeria. But because Delta State is taking lead in this summit, that is why it is called Delta State Economic Summit 2026. How do you become part of this summit? You can log on to the website www.investdelta.ng. That is the website to register and to get more information. So you wouldn't be there as a business owner, be it small, medium, or big business entrepreneur, saying that you don't have opportunity, you don't have connection, you don't have the support. Remember that the date is 3rd of August until 5th of August 2026. So you have to be part of this history. With that being said, dear Nigerians and Deltans, as we have given you this report on natural gas revenues to critical government and governance debates concerning the transparency of the EFCC with how they go about the information of how they auction the forfeited property of people who have been tried or people who are being investigated. We also talked about this regional investment drive, about Delta State Economic Summit coming up very soon. You find out that all this put together, the path to sustainable economic growth relies on both big vision and strict accountability. Nigerians have every right to know what happens to the revenue going into the coffers of the government, be it in remittance of generated revenue or recovered funds. It is expected that it reflects in the easing of struggles of citizens. For the regional investment drives, as Delta State Economic Summit is approaching, Deltans and Nigerian businesses and investors should look forward, hopefully, for relief and growth economically.